Immanuel Kant, only artists could justifiably possess a vision of the interaction of faculties that mature reason otherwise keeps separate, autonomous, self-sufficient, and above all, sovereign. The texts I read were personal interviews conducted with famous and officially retired anthropologists, a genre opening the volumes of Annual Review of Anthropology, ARA, since 1972. In them, my discipline's professionals profess how their scholarly desire to study the world had been covertly dissociable from their pursuit to comprehend who they were and could be. Taken together, they describe the launching moments and driving forces of diverse anthropological careers. I recall Meyer Fortes recounting his chance meeting with Bronisław Malinowski in psychoanalytic circles, how Sir Edmund Leach wanted all his life to walk in the footsteps of his maternal great-uncle Sir Henry Howarth, how Ernestine Friedel was enduringly moved by the ethical training she had received at Hunter College in New York City when it was still only for women, and how Audrey Smedley followed her desire to run away from racial oppression in Michigan and join black intellectuals flourishing in Paris. Through this book, senior members of my discipline spoke perceptively and fearlessly about their lifelong engagement with anthropology. It seemed to me as if, in approaching death, physically and professionally, these teachers' need to keep in place a professional mantle also died, which until then had shrouded their accounts of themselves. Such candid speech is understandably rare among those still within the discipline, pursuing a career of disciplined performance. I do not mean to imply that nearing death simply led these anthropologists to become franker, or that younger generations of anthropologists are necessarily less frank. Sincerity of speech in relation to proximity to death is not a primary concern here. What interests me is that it appears that at an autumnal stage, senior anthropologists no longer truly care to sustain the partition erected between the personal and professional. They allow their colleagues and neophytes, or simply their readers, into what their professional quests had been about for them personally. This memorable area of honesty planted the seeds for this book's method. In dropping a powerful, far-reaching liberal pretense, also at work in non-liberal politics, separating professional and personal speech, these anthropologists traversed the enforced divide between pure and political knowledge. The truthful and the good, fact and value unite in many of these confessions, often disclosing what the discipline's official language in textbooks does not tell the outside world, nor anthropology's neophytes, nor even fellow practitioners when professional stakes remain high. While the discipline officially aims to fix certain conditions in the world, my ARA-featured informants and others from a fieldwork I launched later frequently spoke of pursuing anthropology as an attempt to fix themselves. There is yet to appear a textbook that presents the discipline's pursuits as they emerge in these biographical materials, also composed of anthropologists' attempts at self-edification. Thus, I witnessed that as curtains closed on academic lives, others opened to frank reflections, revealing careers in anthropology as not simply about interrogating human difference in cultures far away, but also about interrogating oneself, about pursuing redemption of the self along with that of the world. Indeed, these fragments display the academic undertaking of anthropology as a way for a self to walk from its actualities toward its potentialities. It is thus these fragments, these snippets of anthropological lives, which ignited my curiosity about anthropology's secularity, including its relationship with a theistic other, not least because they included kinds of confession typically occluded from the official canon. Before I proceed further in explaining how I mine my field of remembrances and memoirs, I present preliminaries in the form of 4 premises that impel my argument: anthropology as an ethical quest, the need to doubt its claims to triumph, its emergence in crisis, and its secular constitution. Anthropological life as an ethical quest. Beginning her Berkeley training in 1929 at the encouragement of Ruth Benedict and later becoming the first woman anthropologist tenured at Harvard, Cora Dubois speaks in her autumnal ARA interview about her discipline's scientific impurity. Anthropology is not a social or behavioral science, but a humanistic philosophy.